Systems Anomaly, Chapter 14, The Final Harvest and the Dawn of Judgment. Deep within the obsidian bowels of the ruins, where the air tasted of ancient ozone and forgotten history, Ravn stood perfectly still. He closed his eyes for a heartbeat, then snapped them open. The eye of insight flared to life, draining his focus but rewarding him with a transformed reality. The physical world, the crumbling walls, the rusted machinery, faded into a desaturated grayscale. In its place, the darkness was woven with vibrant, neon threads of raw energy, pulsing like the veins of a living god. His gaze followed a particularly thick cord of golden radiance that burrowed beneath the floorboards. Standard scanners would have seen nothing but solid rock, but Ravn saw the truth. He reached down, his fingers vibrating with a microspatial frequency, and pulled. A hidden stone slab slid away with a heavy, grinding sound, revealing a cache of high-density Aethel-flux crystals. They weren't the diluted stones found in the upper city. These were raw, jagged shards of concentrated power. Ravn picked up the largest shard. It hummed with a violent, beautiful energy that threatened to scorch his palms. Instead of letting the power dissipate, he opened the floodgates of his null origin core. The void in his chest roared, acting like a gravitational well. He watched as the violet light of the crystal was sucked into his body, turning into dark, swirling mist as it merged with his center. He could feel the core's density increasing, the weight of it becoming a solid, comforting anchor within his soul. "This is enough for now," he whispered, feeling his physical vessel reach its current limit of absorption. With a fluid motion, he tore a silver-edged rift in the air beside him, his internal spatial storage. He swept the remaining crystals into the void, watching them vanish into the starlit pocket dimension. This harvest was his secret insurance policy, a reservoir of power that the Aeon system could never track or tax. As he emerged from the deepest level, the Eye of Insight remained active in a passive state. The world no longer looked like a collection of objects to him. It was a primordial flow. He could see the wind as blue currents and the heat of the setting sun as a slow, orange tide. Every step he took was calculated to align with these flows, making his movements eerily silent and incredibly efficient. The F-rank hunter was gone. In his place walked something far more predatory. The journey back to the Aeon Administrative District was a race against a digital clock. Ravn checked his neural interface. The 6-month reserve file period was down to its final hours. If he didn't report for retesting, his status as a citizen would be revoked, and he would be hunted as a rogue anomaly. He moved through the transition zones between the ruins and the city, his silhouette a dark blur against the encroaching neon lights. The administrative district was a forest of white marble and blue holograms, a place where logic and data were the only laws. Drones buzzed overhead like mechanical hornets, their red sensor eyes scanning every passerby. Ravn adjusted his tattered cloak, hiding the iridescent glow that occasionally pulsed beneath his skin. Here, in the heart of the system, he was a ghost in the machine, a variable that the Central I had yet to solve. He reached the Great Hall of Ascension, the central hub for all talent evaluations. In the center of the room stood the massive Aeon testing pillar, a monolithic tower of liquid metal and crystalline sensors that stretched toward the vaulted ceiling. Hundreds of candidates stood in line, their faces filled with anxiety or hope. Ravn took his place at the end of the line, his presence unremarkable among the crowd of Tier 1 hopefuls. It was time for the final deception. Ravn closed his internal eyes and focused on the null origin core. He began to weave a delicate, shimmering shroud of energy around it. He didn't use the core's true power. Instead, he pulled a thread from his spatial manipulation talent, the mask he had chosen. He compressed the void, burying the EX rank anomaly under a thin, weak layer of silver ripples. To any sensor, he would appear to be a common, low-tier spatial user. The line moved forward until Ravn stood alone before the towering pillar. The cold, blue light of the sensors washed over him, searching for his soul. The 6 months of hiding, the agony of the ruins, and the harvest of the primordial flow had all led to this moment. He extended his hand, his fingers inches away from the liquid metal surface. The dawn of judgment had arrived, and the system had no idea what it was about to touch.